Welcome to episode 1 of Trader Tales. If you ever met traders, they're a bunch of crazy people. I mean, they gamble for a living, so you're not gonna find a lot of super conservative, button-down people in this business. But some of these characters are very interesting. So I'm starting this series where I'll go through some of the crazy traders I've worked with and some of the stories that are my own stories over the years. So episode 1 is it's going to be the Weasel. So this is a guy I worked with way back at the beginning of my career. He was from the Midwest. He went to college in the Southwest. His father was a trader, and so he was exposed to options and futures trading. So during college, in the late '80s, he was trading bond options on bond futures, and he got long some out of the money calls, and the market went limit up 3 days. So he turned like 5 grand into like 80 grand. So he gets on his scooter a couple of days later. He drives down to the Porsche dealership. He walks in, he goes up to the sales manager and he says, "Hey, I want to take the 911 Carrera Cabriolet for a spin." The guy looks at him, looks at the scooter parked outside, laughs at him and says, "Get the fuck out of here." So he walks over to a couple other salesmen. They shake him off. So he's about to leave, and then this brand new junior salesman walks up and goes, "Listen, I'll take you for a spin." He goes, "But you got to sit in the passenger seat until we get away from the dealership so no one can see that I'm going to let you drive it." So they go out. He lets him drive it. They come back. The Weasel pulls out his checkbook and writes a check for the car, gets it and drives away. So the Weasel's a crazy dude. So I met him. My first job not on Wall Street even. My first job out of college, I was an analyst doing real estate syndication for a broker dealer in San Francisco at a firm run by a former junk bond trader from Solomon Brothers. So I'm there for about 6 months, and then this dude shows up. They hired to trade tech stocks, and so I met him. He was kind of a crazy dude. He was driving a scooter when I met him. So he went from scooter to Porsche back to scooter. And so he used to tell us stories. And one interesting story was he was a local on the P Coast. He was an option trader on the P Coast. He traded not internet stocks, tech stocks. He was in the Microsoft crowd. And so this dude smoked, he drank, and he ate garbage food, and he didn't do exercise. So he had this like boil scar on his neck. I'm like, "What happened with that?" He goes, "Oh, there's a good story for that." So he had this boil on his neck, and it got infected. And one day he was short a bunch of gamma in Microsoft, and Microsoft was up like $3, and he was getting squeezed, and he was stressing out, and he goes, "I gotta get out of here." So he leaves the crowd. He goes out and gets a pastrami sandwich. It's like 10:30 in the morning because in San Francisco it's 3 hours earlier. So you can't even get lunch past 1 o'clock in that downtown San Francisco. Everything's closed. So he goes out, he gets a pastrami on rye, and he eats it, comes back, and the market's up another couple bucks. He's getting squeezed. So he's stressing out. And he said he can feel this thing pulsing with his blood, with his heart rate. He goes, and then finally he can't take it anymore. He's stressing out, and it's boom, ba boom, ba boom, and the thing bursts, and pus and blood spews everywhere in the crowd. It clears the whole crowd out, and this thing's like shooting blood and pus out. He covers it up. He gets the hell out of there. So this is the Weasel, right? He was always trying to like get short tech stocks or be short gamma. So I stopped working with him, and then I ended up leaving and going back, to Boston, and then to Singapore and Malaysia, and then I ended up in New York, and I'm working for Spear Leeds in about late 98. Maybe I was there a year and a half, early 99. The Boca lights up on our trading turret. At Spear Leeds, we had 2 prop desks. We had one in New York and one in Boca Raton, Florida. And the one in Florida was run by a guy named Randy Dorfman, and his number 2 was Larry Benedict, the famous, from the market wizards, Benny. So the light lights up, someone picks it up and goes, "Hey, Serafini, Benny's looking for you." So I punch the number, I pick him up. "Hey, Benny, what's up?" He goes, "Hey, did you work with a guy named the Weasel in San Francisco? I go, I did. I go, I haven't heard that name in a long time. So Benny goes, yeah, somehow he talked his way into a job down here trading tech stocks. And apparently he's been shorting tech stocks without a plus tick. And Randy's going to rip his fucking head off. So he goes, what do you know about him? I go, this guy was on the P Coast, you know. He's just, he's a short gamma guy. He likes to get short tech stocks. He goes, yeah, well, his career's about to be over. So they end up firing him. He was there for like 2 weeks. So that's episode 1. That's the Weasel. He was a nice guy. He was interesting. He was fun to party with, but he was a lunatic. So that was episode 1 of Trader Tales, the Weasel. More to come. I have a lot of stories. Stuff I've done, stuff other traders done. You'll hear about it. This is going to be a fun little series. All right, talk to you later.